All right, so I'm going to show you how to refinish a set of stairs with a sander, a foam brush, and an application pad for clear finish and save yourself thousands of dollars. All right, so I'm going to show you how to refinish a set of stairs and save yourself thousands of dollars. So I've got a whack of stuff on my bench here, and that is just to show you some of the options you have. I don't want it to intimidate you, but the first thing you're going to do is determine which components on your staircase need refinishing. Of course, treads get the most wear, and that's the item that's going to, show the most marks. And over the years, there's just no way you're going to have a set of hardwood stairs that looks pristine. So we'll focus on how to refinish the stair treads, but also we'll look at what you need to do if you have to touch up your stringers and risers as well. The next step will be to decide, once you know where you're going to focus, is what kind of finish you want. Now, the best thing to do would be to use a stain that is similar to what you already have on your stairs. And I'm going to show you a set of stairs here that needed refinishing, and primarily that was on the stair treads. So I chose a stain that matched exactly, and then I started with a really aggressive sander on a mode that is basically like a grinder, and about an 80 grit paper to take the bulk of the material off. And that's what I used, is this heavy duty Festool sander, and it's got what's called a Rotex mode, and it really takes off a lot of material in a short period of time. Of course, you can do this with the sander that you have available to you, but if it's not a professional sander, then you're going to spend a lot more time sanding. So how much you enjoy sanding will determine whether you either buy or rent a professional grade sander. All that said, I don't recommend using a belt sander. Just by the way that belt works, you're going to leave trenches in your treads that are going to be really hard to remove. However, I do recommend using a vacuum system incorporated into your sander, and that is a must. I would say you're going to get sawdust all through your house if you don't use some kind of vacuum, and even a dust barrier like this is a really good thing to invest in. And the last thing I wanted to mention on sanding is that you can use a foam pad like this with some 120 sandpaper to go around the nosing. And that's the best way to remove the stain and varnish from the nosing. So in the case of this staircase, it was primarily the treads that needed refinishing. So the painted risers needed minor filling and touch up with white paint. And in fact, a stained staircase with white risers is a very good look, and you can achieve a really good finish just by sanding and refinishing and touching up those components. If your stringers need refinishing, then basically what you're going to do is look for the marks that need repair, and if it's a stained set of stringers, then you can possibly apply stain right over top of the scratch, as long as you buff up the finish so it will adhere. Do this before you start sanding the treads so you don't get paint on the bare wood. Don't let anyone talk you into covering old varnish with latex paint. While it may look decent when you're done, in the following years, your fresh paint will peel and flake, leaving you a huge mess. Now, in the case of this set of stairs that I'm working on, I stuck with the painted riser and the stained tread and stringer. If your risers need replacing, if they're really beat up or you want to change the color, one of the options is to use either 1/2 or 1/4 inch plywood or MDF, which is more of a paint grade, more affordable material, and make up your own risers and replace them. I have a video on that process, and I'll leave a link here. so that you can check that system out if that's the way you want to go. Of course, the simplest thing is to leave all your components the way they are and just refinish them. In fact, if you were to get a professional to come and change your stair treads and risers, you're going to spend thousands of dollars, and that's why I suggest this fix with a sander and some good old-fashioned elbow grease. You're going to remove the bulk of your material from your stair treads with an 80 grit sandpaper on a really aggressive sander. And once you get the bulk of that material off, then you can go around the edges and remove the edges, which are still going to have stain on them, with a detail sander like this one. This one has a fitting where I can put a triangle sanding pad that just vibrates, and there are some other brands of sanders that take a sandpaper like this, and with a little bit of effort you can take all the material off that stair tread. Once you're down to bare wood, then you're going to inspect those stair treads and see if there's any really big divots or dents that you can't get out with the sander. What you're going to do then is use some type of filler. Now there's a whole bunch of different fillers on the market. These sort of plastic wood or regular fillers will work, but they are kind of soft and they will wear. There is some products out like this one here from Minwax that is basically like Bondo for car repair, only in a wood finish. So all you do is you add some of this material here and then a catalyst, and you've got maybe a minute or two to apply the filler, and then it dries rock hard, but it's also sandable and stainable. So you can fix all your divots and dents with that kind of material and not affect the finish once it's stained and varnished. So the next step you're going to do is do more of a finishing sanding process. You're going to have to sand your stair treads probably about 3 different times. If you start with an 80 grit, like I have here, then you're going to move up to 100 grit, and you're going to finish with a 120. Now, lots of people have the tendency to go into the 200 to 300 range with a finishing sander, but that's not necessary. Even with oak or maple treads, 120 is sufficient, and it will take the stain actually better than a 250 or 320 sandpaper that a lot of people will sort of gravitate towards. So you're going to use the aggressive setting on your sander, like in this one here, it's called the Rotex mode. You're going to take the bulk of the material off with 80 grit on the aggressive setting. Then you're going to change the setting over to random orbital, and you're going to go 100 and then 120. Now, lots of people will say, well, can't I just switch from 80 to 120 or 80 to 150? 150 is also an acceptable grit of paper, but the problem is you'll still see swirl marks. If you go in a graduated format, 80, 100, 120, then as long as you sand properly and not turn your sander and use the edges and gouge the surface, then you should be good. One of the things you can do is lightly wet that tread with a damp sponge, and you'll be able to see those swirl marks, and that's what you want to avoid when you're doing your sanding. So on your final step, whether it's 120 or 150, you can use a random orbital sander like one of these, which most people will have. Once you have those stair treads all complete, then you're going to start applying stain. And I just simply use a foam brush that you can buy these in bulk, and usually a water-based stain, and put that on and let it soak in. And with a minimum amount of wiping, you should be able to get a really nice finish. If you find that you have a really noticeable swirl mark on your stair tread, all is not lost. You may have to sand the whole tread again to get that swirl mark out so it doesn't stick out, but that's not going to take too long. Now you're going to stain every tread. I always recommend starting at the top of your staircase and working down for obvious reasons. It's easier to work down so that you're kneeling or standing on an unfinished stair tread, so that as you finish, you work your way down. So once you're happy with the stain, you're going to apply a clear coat. And quite simply, you're going to use a pad like this, and it's just a foam pad applicator. You're going to put some material in a tray. You're going to wipe that on with the grain. You're going to use a finish like Finitech or this product from Saman. Both of them are what's called self-leveling. So they have a property where if you lay on a nice, even but fairly thick coat, once it dries, it'll look level, much like you had sprayed your staircase. And that is a real advantage. You don't want to start spraying inside a finished occupied home and have fumes all through the house. So you can just use this clear coat that has that self-leveling property. I always stick with a satin finish because it's a set of stairs and it is going to get marks on it, and a glossy or semi-gloss finish will show all your marks. Now for these finishes, I recommend doing about 3 coats on your stair treads. You're not going to sand between coats, at least between the first and second coat, and possibly between the second and third, or the third and fourth coat of clear finish. You're going to give a light sand. And what can happen is if you sand between the first and second coat, you're going to take the edge off your stair tread, and that will leave a bald spot where there's no stain, and you don't want that. Some of the finishes, like this Saman product, come with a catalyst that makes your finish very hard. And what I recommend is that you use that only between your second last and your last coat. It doesn't hurt to put on extra coats, so even if you use 3 coats without the catalyst hardener, and then 1 coat, final coat with the hardener, you're going to have a really nice durable finish. So you can see this set of stairs here that I've refinished. It looks really good. One suggestion is that when you start out, set your sights on satisfactory rather than perfection. After all, the first time somebody walks up and down those stairs, you're going to leave marks in the stairs in one way or another. So set your sights on acceptable and realize that they're going to look way better than they did when you started, and they're going to look like a new set of stairs and save yourself thousands. So anyway, thanks for watching. I hope this video is helpful, and we'll see you on the next one. Take care.